Are you tired of selling your time to the highest bidder? What's up, guys? It's Necessary here with Notary to Notary, and I'm super excited to be able to teach you how you can build a six-figure notary signing agent business. Now, I know you're probably thinking, how can a notary make six figures? I know, right? But you can. I've been doing it since 2016. Not only that, I've been training since 2019 and have tons of student reviews who have done the same. All you have to do is listen to the steps that I'm teaching you in my all-inclusive training at notarytonotary.com. Forbes even called me the top entrepreneur that's changing the way people work today. Sounds good, doesn't it? But in order for you to see those results, you're gonna have to take action. So stop watching this video, click the link below, and go sign up for my training today. You'll be happy that you did. Hey guys, have you had a chance to get a copy of my new book, The Ultimate Ron Guide? If you are ready to build a remote online notary business, then this book is what you need. In this book, I give you all the information that you need to know in order to build a successful remote online business, no matter what state you're in, as long as your state authorizes remote online notarizations. Head on over to Amazon today and get your copy. You'll be glad you did. Hey guys, what's up, what's up, what's up? First of all, why does my camera look kind of fuzzy? Hold on. We need all of the clarity. Hello, hey! What's going on? What's going on? Happy Sunday. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Hey, Tamika. Hey, Karen. Hey, Robin. Look at all my wonderful, wonderful people. Yes, I'm excited. Are you guys excited for this? Because I love to come on here and teach and just drop gems and say, hey, this is how you can build your business. This is what you can do, and give you guys all the information. But it's also just as important for you to see people that are doing what you want to do, right? So success stories and people, and not just people who have made it, like, quote unquote, and making that big money. People who are, taking those steps and, getting the signings and getting the title companies. That way you can see the full progression. Right. And it's really important to see people that have the results that you're looking for. That's really, really, really important, because if you never see anyone who's doing what you want to do, it makes it a lot harder. And it's really similar to the concept of climbing Mount Everest. Right. So years ago, everyone believed that you could not climb Mount Everest. Right. It was like, you can't climb Mount Everest, you'll die. Right. But then one day, I forgot his name, a man went ahead and climbed it, and he didn't die. As time went on, more people were climbing it and coming down, adults. Now kids climb Mount Everest, right? And so what happened is you have to have people that you can see doing amazing things, and it boosts your morale. It boosts your ability, like what you think you can do. Right? If you don't see people that's doing what you want to do, a lot of times we can get discouraged, or we don't feel like this is really a possibility for us. So we don't really go full steam ahead. Right? So y'all know I have my girl about to come on here, and she's going to tell you her story. She's going to tell you how she got started. And we're just gonna do some talking today. And really today we can do questions and things, but really I want you guys to just hear her story. And I really want you to take what she's giving you, but also apply it to your life. So if you are in a position right now where you're just getting started, or if you've been a notary for a while, but you're not seeing the success that you want to see, this is going to help you know that it is possible. Okay. So to keep applying pressure, right? Keep applying pressure, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Okay. Happy Sunday, y'all. I'm really excited. Side note, the Founder Circle closes tomorrow, so make sure you get in it today or tomorrow, because we're closing it out tomorrow. So you got to go to iNotarize to get in the Founder Circle if you want to work as a remote online notary, okay? All right, so without further ado, I want to bring on my awesome and amazing supercalifragilisticexpialidocious Miss Ebony Locke, who has been killing it. She has been killing it. Hey, hey.
Hey, how are you?
I am awesome, Sauce. I'm amazing. How are you doing this? Is that your ring light back there?
Yes, it's my ring light back
Okay,
there.
she would have got her ring light on. Let's get it. I love it. I love it. Yes. So good morning. Well, good afternoon. What time is it now? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, darling.
Good afternoon.
Right. I'm excited. And thank you, of course, for coming on here. And I'm about to tell everybody your story. First, I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then I'm gonna put my little piece in. But tell everybody who you are, where you're from.
All right. My name is Ebony Locke. I am the owner of Ebony's Mobile Notary Service, the founder of 757 Notary Sisters. And I am in Hampton Roads, Virginia, just trying to be great on purpose with you through your teachings.
I love it. I love it. So, and it's funny because I always say, I'm going to talk about you a little bit. I always say you can always tell you can always tell the notaries that's going to kill it because they get into it and they call in and emailing all day. That was Ebony. She's one of those. She's one of those, right? Who call and email and like, oh wait, what about this? And about this? And what's that? But she did. We got like all the trainings. Like she was like, hold on, I gotta get this. I'm gonna go get this. And then she's like, well, how do I use this? Like I can always tell the ones that's gonna make you because they're so serious. Like, honey, listen. And I was like, oh yeah, I can tell even now. So think about it. And I'm not telling y'all to go start blowing me up and send me random emails. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that if you are really focused and you're really driven and you have questions, yes, reach out. We got you. But I can always tell the ones that's going to kill it because I can tell by their drive, like how committed they are. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just, I don't know. I can just tell from seeing it over the few years you've been doing that. So first, let's just tell everybody. So what were you doing before? Look at Tamika. Yes, we blow up. Don't tell me we will blow you up. She's silly. So tell us what you were doing before you got into notary, and then what made you even think about notary?
So I was a nursing assistant for about 15 years. And over the last 10 years, I've been a licensed practical nurse. And I've just been living life. I'll definitely tell you guys that COVID was a game changer. I've never nursed the way I nursed like that. And mentally, it wore me out. And I knew that something had to change. Mentally, I was no longer safe as a person because of some of the things that I saw. In the events of that, I also had lost 100 pounds. And I'm like, I'm turning 40. I want just a new everything. I wanted to just do
100 pounds.
Yes.
How'd you do that?
Part of it was stress, but I also started working out. I wanted to just do some things for myself. So, I changed my diet. When you're a nurse, you're working 12, 16 hours. It's sodas and junk food and eating out all the time. So one, it was a financial strain. And two, I was like, I'm getting, when you wake up, when you turning 40 and you wake up and your knees and your joints is hurting, something got to give. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm carrying too much weight. I'm 5'2". So I had to do something. And that's kind of where the story all begins, is from a weight loss journey, being over it with COVID, turning 40, empty nester, life. And it's so realistic. We're always in different stages of life, but we're all at the same time doing life. Mm-hmm. And we have to figure out what is best for us. So it was a chain of things.
Mm-hmm. And so how did you hear, where did you hear notary? Where'd that come
on YouTube. So I was on YouTube. So like I said, I lost 100 pounds and I was originally on YouTube looking for a side hustle to get snatched. So I don't take any money out of my overhead because I never thought that I was going to leave nursing. I never thought that. It was, I want to make some supplemental income to be able to pay for me to go like the rest of the girl. I'm going to Miami.
I love Miami.
Yes.
That's my spot.
And I was like, I'm going and I need to make this money. And if you look back, because I have a YouTube channel and it was to make $10,000 in 1 year. That was the goal. was 1 year. When I look back at that video, I'm like, what? Like the things that came from it, like you weren't even thinking nowhere near big enough to where you're thinking now. So I came across different videos, and you were one of the first videos I came across, and I'm like, oh, she looked like me, because I had locks at the time. And I was like, oh, let me hear what she got to say, because she looked like me. Let me see if she doing it, I can do this. Yes. And again, I came into it $10,000 for a year. Did not have a business mindset. I had the mindset of I'm going to Miami, get snatched. That was my mindset. Not knowing that all of these things were going to happen. And I resonated with your videos. Your energy is everything. And the way you broke things down, because I watched other videos and I'm like, oh gosh, this is boring. I don't know. No. But when you broke it down, I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be fun. This is great. This is a great opportunity. And I did everything that you said, like the things that you say in your videos, like I just did them. You told us.
When did you join? What year? When did you join Notary to Notary?
February. When did I watched your YouTubes from January 15th to February 5th. That's my birthday.
Of 2021.
What of 21.
Okay.
Right? Is that right? Yeah, 21.
Last year.
Yeah, last year. I got commissioned I got the email, because we get an email here saying that your commission got approved, because in your videos you talk about how to become a commission notary. So I got my commission on my birthday, and that was signed for me. That was birthday number 39. And I was like, oh, that's a sign. I'm supposed to be here. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I got your course like 2 days later. I think I had to wait for a payday or something. So like 2 days later, I took your course, and I was still working my full-time job. And I remember I was just watching, taking notes all night long. And just everything was just you and me. Like you weren't really there, but we were there.
You saw the videos. I came through the video.
Right. You came through the video, and I went gung-ho from there. Everything that you said to do in your training course, I did. And if I had questions, I was in there.
Let me tell you about your emails. Let me tell you about Ebony's emails, because she was sending me these emails like 5 or 6 things. And then I would respond, right? So I look at a lot of emails. And so I would get to hers, and I'm like, okay, if you ever sent me an email with lots of bullets that you want me to answer, I copy and paste your bullets, and then I answer each one, right? And so this is how Ebony would do. I would get to her email, and I would respond to everything, and I'm like, all right, send. And I'll turn around and be like, ding. And I'm like, what happened? And she respond again. I was like, okay, we gotta go. I would think I was getting a break, but she'd be like, got it. But what about this? So I'm like, okay, boom. So you communicated a lot. It was a lot of communication. But you were in the beginning, like you asked so many questions, like because I could tell that you really wanted to understand how to do it. So you were always like emailing and like, okay, how do I do this part? How do I do this part? And that's how it kind of started in the beginning. Okay, so we got started in February, and then walk us through how the next couple months went.
The next couple of months. So now I have everything. I've done everything. I've completed the training, and I'm signing up for these signing services, but something is missing for me. It was like something I was not putting together. And even though I had to go back through the training and just re-watch it, because you had already said it, and I just hadn't put those pieces together. And Clubhouse came out, and I'm just getting information overload. There's all these different Facebook groups that are coming out. And I just was like, wait. So February goes, no signings. March comes, no signings. Now my back is against the wall. The pressure is on. Bills are due. And I'm not really, I'm putting more time into working my business than I am working. And I got a little bit of business coaching for a few weeks. And that's where the light bulb went off that, Ebony, this is not a side hustle. Cancel that surgery, at least put it on pause for right now. You're not going to Miami, and structure your business, because this is your calling and you can do some great things. So once I did that, oh baby, we took off. April the 1st, I got my first signing. And I was like, okay, I can do it. I did it, sent the scan backs back. I was like, are you trying to tell me that this is it?
Say it again, sis.
You trying to tell me that this is it?
Say it again, sis. Listen, first, were you nervous when you went the first time?
I was, because I thought it was going to be harder than what it was. And the client does not know that you're new. Mm-hmm. And I went in there and I was just like, you know what? You got to kill it. Go in there with your head held high. He doesn't need to know that this is your first customer. And I did everything that you said to do, including getting the Google review. And when that Google review came, I was like, I got one. I can get more. And then I got another one. So for April, I did 5 signings. And, and I was still like, okay, well, that's not enough money to cover it. Like, how is this going to go? And then I realized, okay, you got to apply pressure. You got to market yourself. The only way people are going to know that you are a notary is if you tell them that you're a notary. Who needs to know? Everyone that I come in contact with, everywhere that you go. And from there, I made a plan. I had these canvases like that you buy from Michael's. In the middle, I wrote Ebony's Mobile Notary. And then I wrote arrows of all the places who I was going to make connections with. And I just did it. And I made it like a circle. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, if you make a plan and put action to it, you'll get results. So in May, I did like 40 signings. And then after a while, I couldn't even count the number of signings because now I'm getting general notary work because of that Google business page. And I'm getting signings and the direct marketing is working. Now I've got direct clients. So in June, when I looked at my, we use Notary Gadget, like you said, I'm doing my input and I'm looking in June and now I've made $7,000. And I'm like, what? And then in July, baby, once July hit and I did that Notary Gadget and it said 9.8. And I'm like, was that for July? And I'm like, no, I'm looking at the number from everything from April to just July. And I'm like, wait. I can go harder because I have all this time. I'm like, I can take those late night signings, last minute signings, in between signings. And I'm building and making connections with different people. And my mind now is just racing at this point on how can I go harder? How can I do this better? But then I also wanted to know, is there anybody else doing it? Who else? Is it just me and Nessa? Like, who is that? Who else is out here? So we made a Facebook group. And then I was like, well, I'm going to call you bluff. Meet me at the restaurant. Everybody came. Whoa, wait, all of us? And then it started to be well, how can I help the community? How can I be of service? Because I want to be of service also to the title companies, real estate, anybody else as far as Ebony's Mobile Notary. But I also want to help my notary brothers and sisters. So how can I do that? And so 757 Notary Sisters was birthed in that. But in the meantime, I still have to work Ebony's Mobile Notary to be great on purpose to pay these bills. Yeah. And I went in and I promise you, I ended up I think I've even emailed you like, I need some help. I'm overwhelmed, the whole 9 yards. So I ended up getting an assistant. And the assistant was like, that she would do my Notary Gadget for me. And so now I'm not even looking because I'm letting her do it. And, now it's time for taxes. And when I looked for December and that thing said that I did $70,000, I was floored. And then I look back and I realized, Ebony, you ain't clocked in nowhere since.
When'd you quit?
I went from December, I quit the 5-year job that I had been on, and I was working just for the nursing agency. So that means, I can go in when I want. But I stopped. The last shift that I worked was like 8. When I got the first signing was, because I didn't go to work that day. I had that signing.
Wait, you didn't take any more after you took your first signing?
No.
That is awesome. So you burned the boat. You like, look, this is what I'm doing. I got to make this work.
Yeah, when I got my first direct client, and it was crazy that I was getting a direct signing. They said, everybody in the Facebook groups was like, oh, you're probably not going to get documents, don't worry about it. You ain't going to get that signing. And I went to work that day and I was like, if I get these documents, I'm never clocking in for anybody else again. Mm-hmm. I'm at work, 8:30. Your documents are ready for a 1:00 signing. I walked into that office and I was like, hey, here you are. I've got something for you. Took my badge off. Here you go. They said, what's wrong? They thought something was wrong. I can't do this anymore. I need to give this back to you. They said, well, you're not going to be eligible for rehire. No worries. I'm never going to need to be rehired.
Yes. Say it again, sis.
Never going to need to be rehired.
You got me hyped.
And
that's what I say. I said you couldn't pay me to take another job. You couldn't. You absolutely could not. You absolutely could not. And that's one thing, like, for you to leave your job, like, so it's two pieces I want to go here. First, I'm going to say, talk about the time freedom that you have now in comparison to working, especially as a nurse. My mom's been there for years.
Yes, I love it. Like, I'm on my own time now. Mind you, you do have to be structured and disciplined in it, because I can't just lay in the bed flicking through Netflix till 2:00 in the afternoon and thinking that I'm gonna be able to make 70 grand in less than 6 months. No, not at all. But my freedom, like, I structure my own day. No job. The job is not structuring my day. It's not, I have to be at work at 7 a.m. and I can't leave until 7 p.m. Not at all. If I want to take a signing at 3, I can say yes. If I don't, I can say no. And that alone is amazing. Amazing. It's my time and my peace. I'm actually grown. I feel like I'm grown. When they be like, you can't tell me what to do because you ain't grown. I'm grown.
That's how I feel. And that's what I say when I wake up in the morning. Sometimes it's still like, I haven't worked a job since 2016. I still wake up sometimes and I'm like, that's crazy. Like, I don't have to clock in nowhere. I don't have a shift. Like, it's a whole different mindset. And it's like, it seems weird because you're so used to having to report to somebody and, having a shift, and this is what I have to do. But when you are the leader and you're in control and you set your own, it's just like, I don't have to do anything, but I choose to do, but I don't have to do anything. It's a different freedom to that. And like you said, like how you say you can pick when you want to work, the idea that I can just pick up and travel whenever I want to. Like Nakia, we talk about how she's always gone now. Like, it's like you get to, she's always like, girl, I'm gone now. I'm going to do some signings and I'm going here and I'm going there. And that's when I was working full time. I used to say that. I used to say, I want to go somewhere. I'm going to take like 5 extra signings that'll give me what I would literally say in my mind, if I wanted to buy a nice purse, if I want to do something like extra, I can see how many signings is that. And I would just say, let me go do this real quick. Right? Yep. It's like, it's amazing. And then if I'm just not feeling it, I can just not work for a couple of days and just like, just give me a minute. I just woosah. I need a minute.
I need a minute. Yep. And it feels so good because you ain't got to put in a piece of paper saying that I need vacation. Nope.
And then have to explain why. You can't tell most employers now, I'm just stressed. I need a break. Like, that mental health space. They're gonna be like, what? What are you talking about? Like, I just need some me time. What? We don't do me time. That was not a part of the employment agreement, right? But I want to kind of pivot here because yes, you got into the training. You did everything we said. You was always talking to me. I made sure that you, had everything that you need. You killed it in 6 months. You made your 70K, but then you went on and you did a Facebook group, 7x7 Notary Sisters, and you have the brunches. I came to one of your brunches and I did speak at one of your brunches that you had. It was awesome. But what I want to dig into really quick is I say it all the time, and I think that you're starting to see more of what I'm saying as far as the excuses that people have for not producing. And so I kind of want you to share some light. Of course, you don't have to name any names, but just some things you see that keep people from becoming that 6-figure earner, becoming that successful notary sign agent. What have you seen as kind of like stumbling blocks from people to go from beginner to successful? What would you say you've seen?
A lot of what I see is, one, a lot of people think that it's a easy get rich quick something. Mm-hmm. And they don't know that there is sweat equity that goes on behind. And or either they hear a lot of things, and instead of taking what you're saying, a person that has a course, has a signing service, that's made this thing successful, they're listening to a lot of naysayers. So I like to always tell people, turn down the background noise. And that's also going to be key in your business, is turning down the background noise. Because when I went to my friends and I go, hey, go check out this lady, I'm going to be a notary, check out her YouTube videos. Oh, that's fake. That's a scam. It's on YouTube. Don't believe that. And once I had to get that out of my zone, I was able to tune in to my purpose. I hear a lot of people say, oh, I thought this was going to be easy. I signed up just one time and the signings are going to come to me, or they call it, how do I get hired for jobs? Take that out. We're not getting, you are a boss. We're not getting hired for jobs. Exactly. Like, we are running a business. Run it. Run it and run it well, and learn and continue to learn.
That's a good piece. I think, and that's something I try to like explain. Some people come to me and they say, oh, Vanessa, I just want to take like a loan signing course. And I'm like, okay, but I'm not like, I don't want to just teach you how to stamp papers, because anybody can do that. Like, I can teach you, but that's not running a business. If you want to do that, go get hired by like Wells Fargo or something and be their notary on staff. Right. I'm trying to teach you how to actually build a business that can grow. And that is not just stamping papers. That's client management. That's marketing. That's accounting. Like, there's a lot of, that's business credit. That's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But that, when you learn those pieces, that's what gives you that time and financial freedom, because you've built something that's generating income. And like, one thing I've noticed is that when you continue to build, like right now, if you don't do any marketing for like a week or 2 weeks, will you still get work in?
It'll slow down. It will definitely slow down. If I don't put myself out there, it will definitely slow down. I have to remind those people. I think it's in your book that you said that you have to come in contact with a person 7 times for them to remember you. So you want to make sure. So I keep everything on this spreadsheet, and I'm making sure that I'm hitting my 7 times of reaching a person so that they don't forget me.
That is awesome. Look at you.
I'm on it.
I say that all the time. And the thing is, the actual quote is that it takes the average 7 people to, it takes a person 7 times to see something to make a purchase or a commitment, right? So if you're a notary and you go to a title company, if you don't go at least 7 times, you don't know if they would have, actually used your service. And it's not to say you have to show up 7 times. It's maybe a phone call, maybe an email, maybe a show up. You know what I mean? Like, you mix it up. But on average, it takes the average person about 7 times to see something, a service, a product, a whatever, before they commit and actually take action on it. And you kind of just watch some of the things that you make purchases on. A lot, unless it's like an impulse thing, most times you'll see it a couple of times and then you'll say, oh, okay, let me go ahead and get this. You know what I mean?
I.e. that green screen.
Right? And then the thing is, if I didn't say, Ebony, check out now, it's a possibility you may not have checked out yet. So you might have to see it another 2 or 3 times and then checked out, right? So you can also check, shift that with different things can help, make you go ahead and, move now. But that's the average. It's 7 times. So when I think about too, that you did this, that you joined, you kicked butt, you made your 70K in 6 months. I think about people, and not to say in a bad way, but I think a lot of people get into not just my training, but they'll take anybody. And I have a lot of people, and I'm not calling anybody out. I just got to be honest. I'm always honest and transparent. But I have people who will sign up with everybody's course. Like, I've done everybody's course and everybody's training, and and then it's like, but where are your results? Like, I don't want people to just take the information and have it in their brain and not execute on it.
Yep. Execution is where it's at. You can take all the courses you want, but if you don't execute on it, then you won't get any results. And I've been, and 757 Notary Sisters has been so helpful in Ebony's Mobile Notary to confirm everything that you're saying. So like I started, everybody's like, oh, I want to do it. Will you mentor me? So I started a mentorship program, and I was able to watch other people's success. They put the things that I'm like, hey, did you think about doing this? And then they'll come back and they go, one of my mentees, she's like, Ebony, I walked into the realtor's office and I took the basket, like you said, that you made off a Dollar Tree, because I'm cheap. Might have some money, but I don't want to spend it all. And she's like, I don't think anything is going to come from it. 2 hours later, she said, Ebony, they emailed me and made me the preferred notary. She said, I've been sitting on all this training and information for months, and I've joined your mentorship, and look, I'm getting results. And I'm just like, go best friend.
Okay, go best friend. I like it. It.
Yeah, and it helps me as well, because then it goes, Ebony, okay, we applying pressure. Let's keep going. We know now that the things that you're saying that's working for you is working for other people too. Mm-hmm. So make sure that you can help somebody along the way. Be humble and be grateful, and let's all win together.
And that piece I like, because you're in 757 and you literally started a group for other notaries in 757. And what that teaches and what that tells is like, you could have easily said, well, I'm just going to do an online group and I'm not going to help people that's in my area because they're going to take my money. But, because a lot of people have that mindset of there's not enough for everybody, right? You have to be stingy. Don't tell nobody anything. The market's oversaturated as it is, but you don't see it that way. You feel like we can both be in the same area. We can both eat. We can both make money, and that I like. I like how you just help everybody in your area to make money.
Yes, in my area, outside of my area, like, let's win together. Because I want everyone to feel that peace that I have. Mm-hmm. And that is more than any money, any amount of money that you can even have. Like, anybody can be a millionaire, but if you don't have that inner peace and that happiness, because I've made $100,000 in a year. That's nothing. I'm a nurse. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't happy. I didn't have that peace. I was stressed out. So now where I don't stop smiling. Hey, everyone, I'm so happy. And that right there, oh, baby, just happy alone.
Yeah.
Is enough for me.
And I like how you said, because you were working, you're a nurse, you're working, you were making more. You had made more as a nurse, but it was stressful. And so now, in what you do, you're not as stressed. And I'm excited to see what you do next year, because you did 70K in 6 months. So that's next year. This year, we're in 2022. So do you have a vision board? Do you have goals? Like, what's the goal? Have you set a monetary goal for Ebony's notary service yet?
So I have two. I do my year vision board, and then I do a vision board every month.
Let's get it.
So on my year vision board for Ebony's Mobile Notary, I am keeping the same number. I want to just do 70,000 for the year. So that will give me some more time to expand 757 Notary Sisters. Because now that is starting to be my baby, where it's growing and flourishing. And I really, being a nurse, I love helping people. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking that this is where my niche is. When we did this last time, we did talk about signing service, and I was telling you I was hesitant and I got control issues, and through self-development, I'm learning and growing more. So it's on my 2022 list.
Okay. I like it.
I do want to, and I did buy your signing service course. So I will be doing that. And of course, Ron is on there as well.
Ron, honey, you got to get on this Ron.
Yes, I sent you stuff. I sent you what I got.
I got the email yesterday. I got you.
Yes. So those are things that are on my vision board, I tell people the way I operate is on Sundays is like my self-care, and I write down my weekly goals. What are things that I believe in small attainable goals, and that will still lead you to larger goals, but let's be realistic. Like, I'm not going to write for my weekly goals this week that I'm going to make 10K this week. No, that's not realistic. I'm going to write all the things. Okay, these are my signings. This is the day I need to make sure that I take a rest and reset. These are some potential new clients that I want to come in contact with, and that might be my one of 7. Who do I need to follow up with? And as you know, I'm coming up on my year, and you got to renew and update everybody, and that's a whole task in itself. You did not warn me for that one.
I'm coming up on mine. So I did a live on Instagram where I did my NNA certification again. And so mine, I'm probably going to do all my updates somewhere between 2 weeks and the end of the month. But I usually do mine, and I sit down. It takes me about a week, but I go through all of my clients and I update all of my credentials. And then I may even, if I'm feeling a little, I might call and email and say, hey, what y'all doing? Just make sure you remember me. Okay. Like, just to keep it fresh and make sure everybody's on the same page. And now, definitely when I go through my annual, I'm going to call everybody and say, hey, all my title companies, I'm going to say, hey, on-time notary, da-da-da-da-da. But I'm also going to start pitching iNotarize and letting them know, hey, don't forget, iNotarize coming out. I'm going to need all y'all on the platform, da-da-da-da-da. But it's like, it's marketing and it's planting seeds. And that's why it's so important to set your long-term goals. Like, where do you want your company to be? But then also having those daily, how you said, like those weekly goals that helps you get to that end picture.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like too the other thing that you said, because when you started talking about your video, you sound like you just kind of lit up, like you were just excited. For real. Like, I don't know if anybody else noticed when everybody started telling her like what you working on and notary sessions and then my signing, you had like this light, right? Like you just got so excited, right? And so and I want to highlight that because that's how I feel with my companies. Because when a lot of times we work jobs, if you're working a job that you don't feel like that, and it's not like, oh, I get to go do this today, right? If you don't have, did y'all see how she kind of like lit up on the inside when she's not talking about, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this, right? That's how life is supposed to be. You're supposed to be doing the things that make you happy. The majority of, you got to think about it. The average person works, 8 hours a day? Even if you're in business, you're still going to work about those hours. And that's a third of your life. Do you really want to spend a third of your life miserable or not happy? Even if you're not miserable, but you're just like why would you? Yeah, you just passing time waiting for you to get off. That is it's such a waste of life. And like how I used to be like that. I'm sure you probably were like that. And now that we've woken up, and we're finding that we love. Now we're like, when we get up in the morning, we're like, okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? Because we're excited to build, right?
Yes.
And that's what I want for everybody.
Yes, me too. And I'm telling you, when these eyes open, one of my notary sisters, she always say, when you pray, move your feet. When I open up my eyes and I say, I thank you for waking me up for another day, these little feet be just going. And I'm so excited. Like, that is amazing because so many people wake up and they go, here's another day. I got to go to work. I got to deal with these kids. Man, when I wake up, I'm like, yes, hello, welcome. I got another opportunity. I get to work my businesses. And it's amazing. This is 7 days a week I wake up like that. And the other little tidbit that I want to let everyone know that I was able to send my daughter to college this year. She went to college this year. She went to live on campus. Mm-hmm. And I've been able to pay her tuition without taking out a student loan.
Say it again, sis.
Baby.
Say it again because they didn't hear you. They didn't hear you.
They didn't hear me. Yes.
That's big.
I want her to go to college and be debt free. So a lot of that money, because you still got your naysayers. Oh, if you made $70K, why you still live in an apartment? Because I gave.
Why you worry about that, sweetheart?
Right. But I gave Norfolk State $15,000, and it was not a loan. It was, here go your money.
Oh my God, you gonna make me cry. Why?
And it was
because that's that generational wealth. That's that setting your kids up. A lot of us, not me, thank God, I just paid off my student loans last year. Honey, listen. But a lot of people are buried in student loan debt, right? Because their parents didn't have either the knowledge or the finances to help them through that. And so you doing that for your daughter, you understand. I mean, you might understand. I'm not saying you don't. How that's going to take off the burden. When she graduates, she won't have debt. So a lot of people, when they graduate, they feel they have to work whatever they got into because they have to pay off their student loans. Let's say she graduates and say, you know what? I don't think I want to do this. I think I want to do that. She won't have the burden of student loan debt that's going to force her to continue to go down a road that she may not want to do. It's going to give her that flexibility. You know what I mean? Like it's going to give her that freedom. And a lot of times when you're stressed with debt, you're not creative. You can't think clearly because you're just trying to make your bills, just pay your bills. And so you're just thinking from one, how can I make money for this? Get ready for this, get ready for this. And you're not operating in your full capacity.
Right.
So that's lit. That's lit. You ain't tell me that.
I didn't even, it just kind of, again, setting those goals, writing it down. When I got that paper for what is you going to be, okay, welcome to Norfolk State, but here's what you got in financial aid, and here's what your out-of-pocket is, and here are your options.
Check though, you should have walked the deal with that check.
Right. I was like, oh, I don't like these options. We're just going to pay that.
Oh my gosh. And then even what you paid, like you saved her from the interest. Like the interest was going to kick her butt. It wouldn't have been a loan. It would have been the interest alone.
Yep.
That is awesome. You didn't tell me about that. And that right there, that makes me happy because it's like, I love what I do. Like I love being a notary, right? But then I started notary to notary and it was cool. But now I love it because of stories like yours. Because it's not just, yes, you stopped being a nurse, so now you're not as stressed and you have your peace. But now you helping your baby girl with her school. It's just like, you never know like whose lives you're going to affect and change. And to me, it makes me happy. It really does.
Thank you.
That is so dope.
Thank you. And it's been an amazing ride. In 2022, I'm just going to go harder. Applied pressure has been my thing for all year long. Like I said, that I host these brunches, and this will be my first one for 2022. And the name of it is We Chasing the Dream, Not the Money, because it's going to come.
It is.
And once you start chasing the dream, you ain't even got to worry about the money.
That is awesome. Now I'm all happy.
Oh,
no. You could have told me about your 70K, 80K. I don't care about that. I'm happy that you paid your daughter tuition.
Yes.
Because it's so much bigger than you. You know what I mean? Yes. And then you teach like your kids, I said kids follow what they see, not what what you tell them. And a lot of us, I'd love, because I got to keep it like it is. Okay, a lot of us growing up in African-American communities, we might have grown up low income, and you didn't see, business owners. You did the idea that your parents would pay for your tuition cash was not even a thought. It was, okay, you're going to get loans or go get some scholarships because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're changing the narrative. Right. And now she can say, okay, well, my mom paid for my school. So now it's an idea in her head. When she has kids, I want to make sure I have money to pay cash for their school. And so it changes, and you start to break those curses, those people have generational curses, however you want to call it, but those habits that get passed on generationally. You know what I mean? Like my daughter now, she already knows that I'm not getting a job. I need a business. She's 10. She's like, no, I need a business. Like sometimes I'll pick with her when she'll ask me for something like, Mom, can I have this? I'm like, get a job. She said, never. I'll get a business. Never. Right? But they see it now. And if I would have always worked a job that I didn't like, or I was frustrated, I didn't like my job, but I was always doing it, they would have assumed that this was what it is, because that's what I believe. When I used to work, I thought that was what it was, so that's all I saw.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
And now I'm surrounded by entrepreneurs everywhere, and now like my circle is crazy now, to the point where like my dreams are so much bigger Like what? And the thing is, I want to accomplish so much, but I know that whatever I accomplish, my kid's gonna like kill it. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna see it like, oh, mommy did this. Bet I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? And it just like it trickles. Like it's just you keep, and then not just your kids, but everybody that's around you. So like the people that you have in your Facebook group and your brunches, like they're gonna start to see that. People always say, "Oh, I bought your course because you look like me." You know what I mean? When people are going into your group because you look like them, they're like, "Oh, she can do it, and we look alike. I can do it." You know what I mean? Yep. You're gonna help people. You know what I mean? Like, honey, it's a whole situation.
Yes. And that's all. Yes. And I just want to help people just get this energy, get this love, get this wealth, get your peace. And that is, your peace. And I'm still learning and growing. I do not know everything. I make mistakes along the way. And you just learn from it and stay consistent and disciplined and don't give up. And it will take you so far.
I'm happy. You make me happy, Ebony. All right, so this is how we always do it. So before we end, I want you to give everybody, I want you to give a piece of advice to newbies, people who are interested in being a notary. And then I want you to give advice to people who have been doing it for a while, but they're not seeing the results that they want.
All right. So the new people and that are interested in being a notary, my piece of advice would be take notary to notary course first. And write down your goals. Write down exactly what you want to do. Your why is normally what I always start with. Write your why down. Why are you wanting to be a notary? Why do you want to enter into this business? And take a look at yourself and see if you can do anything that will be different. Because if you're doing the same thing that you were doing yesterday and expecting different results, that's not going to happen. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. And if you are a notary, say you've been a signing agent and you need help and you're looking like, I'm not getting the successes that you're getting, then reevaluate what you're doing. Let's break it down and reevaluate what you're doing and what can we do to do something different. And don't give up because you've made it this far. So let's keep going. Let's not get off, what you like to say, the bus. Don't get off the bus. It's not your stop.
There you go.
It's not your stop. Let's keep going. And yeah, that's my advice.
No, you're the best. You make me happy. Now I got like, see, I told you it was the college thing. Thank you. That just made my day. No, seriously, like that'll hold on to that. Like I like hearing the successes because it helps me when I'm tired. Now, when I'm doing something, it's like, okay, I got this. Keep going. Yep. So I like that. That really makes me happy. Oh, yay. Okay, so Ebony, tell everybody how they can find you because you do have a social media presence. So tell them where you're at.
All right. So you can find my Facebook group is 757 Notary Sisters. You can find me there. You can find me on Instagram, 757_notary_sister on Instagram. I have a YouTube channel. Lord knows, baby, that's hard. My YouTube channel is my first and last name, Ebony Locke, where I put in clippings of my week. I literally take you with me for my week because I found that a lot easier, but it's still hard. YouTube is a beast. You can find me on TikTok where I do these amazing dances or horrible ones. Right. I have one little step. I am 757 Notary Queen there. And if you want to talk to me, you can find me every Thursday at 7 p.m. in Clubhouse. It's called the Notary Room, where me and a panel of other ladies, we are just there trying to be a resource in this notary community. And I want everybody to be great on purpose, do things with good intentions, apply pressure. And if you're scared, do it anyway. All right.
I like it. Well, thank you, Ebony. You are the best ever. And I'm going to get your Ron email sent back to you. I'm not going to forget, darling. I won't. I make sure I'll do that. Speedio. I'll get that done today. I promise.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay! And have an awesome, amazing weekend. Everybody say bye to Ebony. Chasing the dream.
Yes.
Bye. Uh-oh. You're good. All right, guys. So that was Miss Ebony Locke, y'all. I had to definitely tell her story. She always was in communication with me. We talk a lot about her life and what's going on with her notary business. And so I love that. So I have a couple students who started off not doing anything in notary, then got into it, did the training, killed it, and then went on to teach others. And so, like, I love to see like how the ripple effect is continuing to grow, and more people are getting into it, and they're just like killing the game. So that makes me happy. I almost just shed a little tear. She almost made me cry. Don't make me cry on social media. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was like, oh my God, because no, for real, my heart is like for people, and I don't like to see like people struggle, and especially when they're struggling from a lack of information. And I feel like a lot of people, especially in the African American community, it's a lot of information we just don't have, and we just feel like that's not something that we do. Like, we don't know how to do that. We don't do that, and we keep doing what we've always done, because the idea of getting into business and generating wealth is something that we weren't taught, so we feel like we don't belong there, or and you might not say the words out loud, but your actions say it, and so that's why I try to, whenever I can. Like yesterday, I had a little powwow with some of my girls, because I was like, yo, like, I don't want to be the only person that's wealthy. Like, that's no fun to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want everybody to come in there. Like, that way we can all go to Miami together. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's no fun when you're doing it by yourself. Like, honestly, it's no fun, because when you want to go out and do fun things, people that you love, that you care about, they can't go because they can't afford to get, pay a $2,000 flight and pay a $5,000 stay somewhere. It's out of their budget. And so that's not, to me, it's just like, I'm always trying to put people on. Like, and it's not just so they can do fun stuff, it's so their kids can also do fun stuff. A lot of times people end up doing things, if you think about it, and that's just my criminal history background, my criminal justice background. A lot of people who end up committing criminal activities, who end up committing crimes, it comes from a lack of money. They're doing it to survive, right? And so if you're robbing, or you're stealing, or you're selling drugs, or whatever the case, a lot of times if you ask them, they're only doing it to survive. Like, they just need food to eat and a place to stay. And it starts off like that. You know what I mean? And so it's like a repetitive system, because no one is showing people how to get out of it. When you're in there, if everybody that's in your immediate circle, is living the same way, then you don't have something to look up to. Everyone has TV, and you can see the Oprahs and the Jeff Bezos and stuff far away, but you don't have somebody that's tangible here locally, or somewhere you can actually talk to that can say, hey, I know where you are, but you don't have to do this. Let me show you a better way. And not on some, I'm better than you type stuff, but just like, yo, I used to be there. I got you. Like, let me put you on game. And people always be like, Vanessa, I like you because you just real. And it's like, I feel like if I try to be fake, I'm not going to reach people that I want to reach. Like, I can put on airs, as they call it. I can put on airs. I know how to do that. I do that sometimes, I know how to, hello, hi here. Like, I can put on airs. I can be really professional. I know how to do that. I'm very aware of how to do that. And I do that sometimes in certain meetings. But most of the time, when I'm talking to you guys, I'm just being me. Because most of you guys are, working those jobs, or have that, have that, that living experience. You're struggling. You're living that paycheck to paycheck. You're trying to get out of that rat race. You're trying to say, okay, how can I do this? And so if I come on here talking with my heirs, you might be like, she don't even know what I'm going through. Like, she trying to tell me something. She not, right? And so I just be being real with y'all and just be like, this is me. And I can do it. So if I can do it, you can do it. And so I try to meet you where you are and try to give you the tools that you need to be successful. I never say there's a stupid question. There's no stupid questions. It's all just start from where you are, and we work up from there. Right? But that's why I do it. So that made me happy. Oh, dear. Okay. That was such a good talk. I was going to talk about other stuff, but now I'm talking about other stuff. That was good enough for me today. Like, I'm in a good space. But I will hit a few questions, and then I'm going to tell you about the I Notarize, and then I'm going to wrap it up for today. Let's see. And I put all of Ebony's contact places in the Facebook group. So that way I don't have all the links, but I put the names of the places that she said, like her YouTube and her Facebook group and a few other things. They're in there so you can see that. Okay. I see a lot of comments. I can't hit everybody, y'all. I'm sorry. I see if we come in at 250 and later to decide to move up later. No, so you can't upgrade after the 31st. So let me talk about I Notarize really quick. So I know a lot of people have questions about the Founder Circle. The Founder Circle does close tomorrow. So let me break this down for you guys really quick, okay? I'm a screen share. So first, Notary to Notary is the notary training company. You go to notarytonotary.com, you get into the courses at notarytonotary.com. They're all self-paced online. We got you. We got live webinars you can sign up for. We have self-paced content. Everything that you need is on there. We also have books on Amazon. So the Notary to Notary company is going to train you. It's going to teach you what you need to do, and we're going to train you. On-Time Notary is the signing service, okay? You're going to go to signingorder.com, create a profile. On-Time Notary is my signing service. That's where we send out text messages across the country. You do not have to be in Virginia. You just have to have a profile on signingorder.com, okay? I Notarize. Let's get it. Okay, so I Notarize is my new e-notary platform that launches in the spring. Actually, y'all, I'm really excited because we have another meeting tomorrow with the developers, and they're pretty much done with designing the entire platform. So I'm really excited because I want to see what it's going to look like. Yes! It's a lot of work. We started in I think, October. So it's like 4 months in of just design. So I'm really excited to see the final, the design of the platform. So, guys, let me tell you this. First of all, I Notarize is a whole lot more than just e-notary, period. That's all I'm saying. But you got to wait on it because it's coming out in the spring. Okay, so let's talk about I Notarize really quick so everyone's understanding what it does. Okay. So I Notarize is an e-notary platform, okay? It launches in the spring of 2022. When it launches, we're going to launch first in Virginia, Texas, and Florida. And then we're going to spread out to all the other states. So we do plan on being in all 50 states. Okay, cool. I Notarize has a founder circle. And it's just the way it sounds. It's a founder's circle. So that means you have to come in during the founding process of the platform. Okay, which is now. Now, the founder circle does not mean that if you don't sign up for the founder circle now, that does not mean you can't use the platform later. It just means that later you'll have to pay fees to use the platform. So all the platforms that are out now have fees if you're going to use it independently. There's no free e-notary platform for e-notaries to operate on. It wouldn't make sense to be free because the company would lose money. That's why. Okay, you have to pay for the software. Now, the founder circles at inotarize.com. There are 3 levels. The levels will close tomorrow, okay? At the end of the day tomorrow. So at midnight or whenever, I don't know if Luke can set it to auto shut down at midnight, but Luke is going to pull this section of the page off tomorrow. So if you didn't see Luke, I had him up earlier. He's a developer for the platform. Luke is going to be the one that's going to pull this page down at the end of the day tomorrow. Okay, if you want to get in the founder circle, you have 2 days, today and tomorrow. Now, there's 3 levels. Basically, think about like a Kickstarter. You pay into the platform, and for paying into the platform, you get benefits back as a thank you from us. Okay, it helps us to launch the platform itself. On the silver level, you don't have to pay any platform or processing fees except for KBAs. KBAs are knowledge-based authentications that most states require in order for you to conduct an e-notarization. That's what actually validates the identity of the signer. Okay, everybody with me on KBAs? Now, people always say, what other platform fees are there? Lots of them. How many of you guys are actually on a wrong platform and you know what I'm talking about? Platforms can charge anything. Notary seal fees, video storage fees are usually always a fee. When you conduct an e-notarization, all states require you to store that video, okay? Now, the platform, typically, most of them will store it for you, but that's not free, okay? So platforms will charge you a video storage fee. They may charge you a journal fee, a per signer fee, a document fee, lots of fees. Most platforms have between 5 to 10 sets of fees. They'll give you a fee schedule for what their fees are. So that kind of gives you an idea. Our fees have not been released yet, and they will not be released until we launch the platform. Okay, but just know, yes, we do have fees on that platform as well. But if you sign up for one of these levels, you avoid those fees. So on the silver level, when we launch in your state, you do not have to pay for any fees except for KBAs for 1 year on the silver level. On the gold level, you don't pay for any fees at all on the platform for 2 years when we launch in your state. On the platinum level, you don't pay for any fees at all to utilize the platform for life. Okay. Now that's the one everybody wants to get into. And I said, look, honey, if you plan on doing Ron, you need to get into the platinum. And it actually wasn't my idea. It was Luke's idea, because initially it was like, what are we going to give people for, as a Kickstarter campaign, what are they going to get? And they was looking at the whole model. He said, give them free usage. And I was like, free usage? And he was like, yeah. I said, there's no platform out there right now that's doing free usage. He said, that's why you're going to do it. And I was like, oh, I like it. So yeah. All right. So, and that starts when we launch in your state. Okay. So you pick a level, get enrolled, get signed up. We're going to send out emails February 2nd to everybody that's enrolled into the program, so you know what's going on. And the Founder Circle does close tomorrow, probably at midnight. I was trying to see if he can set it to come off on midnight, so that way there's no lag. Worst case, early in the morning when he wakes up, he'll pull it down. I don't know if he can set it to auto change at a certain time. He's the techie person. I just have the ideas. He's the executioner. The executioner? He executes on the ideas. Okay. All right. Any other questions? This is the iNotarize platform. Also, guys, we do have blogs now, blog posts on there. If you want to learn more about eNotary and iNotarize, you can go there. We'll be posting there pretty consistently, and things that are going on in the industry. You can also come on here, but you won't actually see. Well, if you're in the Founder Circle, you'll begin to see some of the platforms, some of iNotarize before we launch. But everybody else, you'll see it when we launch in the spring. Okay. And so, yes, the platform is a hybrid. So we have two portions of the platform. One gives you work so you can sign up, and we give you work when we have it from our clients. Like, you just get, work orders from us. And then there's the independent side where you can bring your own clients on the platform and conduct your notarizations that way. Cool. ¿Tú entiendes? How long are we going to Michigan? Hopefully not long. I have a plan. My plan is very aggressive. I'm trying to be in all 50 states this year. Worst case, in the next year. Like, I'm not playing these games. Y'all know when I do something, I go hard with it because I want to. Let's get it. Okay. I'm all about the expansion, and you guys are going to like the platform. Even if you're not in the Founder Circle, when the platform launches, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. Y'all gonna be like, yo, get out of here. And the idea, side note, came to me when I was in the shower. And I was like, that would be dope. So this is how you know you have a good idea. It's how if you ever want to come up with a business idea, think about a problem that exists and solve that. And that's what I did. I thought about a problem that existed, and then I solved that. So wait for it. It's going to be dope. Let's go. I am. Trust me, I have a plan for Maryland, honey. Don't you worry about that, sweetheart. Don't you worry about that. Y'all know I got something in the works. I got a plan for Maryland. Don't worry about that. I got that. Will the iNotarize Founder Service be based per notary or per notary agency? So if you join the Founder Circle, it's for an individual. It's not for a company or a signing service. So a lot of people ask me that. They were like, can I sign my signing service up for a platinum? No, it can only be an individual, because your signing service probably have 100 notaries in there. Y'all ain't trying to bankrupt us. No, darling, stop it. An individual can sign up for the signing service. For iNotarize Founder Circle. But guys, just know, if you don't make the Founder Circle, that's okay. You can still use the platform when we launch. Okay. There are going to be fees on the platform, but it's not going to be something astronomical. We're going to be riding with everybody else. So it's not going to be like, oh my gosh. No, it's going to be basically like how you see the fees that exist with all the other platforms that are out right now. this is just an advantage you can take. This is something you can take advantage of to cut those fees. Like it's that long-term planning. Okay. Well, I hope it will change. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I gotta get ready to slip and slide. My daughter actually has a gymnastics competition today, so I do have to go. Otherwise, she'll fuss me all the way out, and I will not hear the end of it. Okay, I love you guys. I love you. California's supposed to get Ron next year. Okay, so stay tuned for that. You guys have pending legislation, so now we're waiting on Georgia and South Carolina to get on board. Let's go. Okay. No, not trying to bankrupt you, striving to help spread the wealth. I feel you, sugar. I am Ron certified, but I will have to wait for the launch. I'm looking forward to it. It's okay. Don't worry if you're going to miss the Founders Circle. It's okay. You can still use the platform, okay? So don't feel like, oh, if I don't get it, I can't use it. You can. You can still use it. It's just, there's fees with it, okay? All right, guys, make sure you get into the notary signing agent training. We have lots of trainings on our website to help you build your notary business. I'm excited, but I got to get ready to go. I love you guys. Be awesome on purpose, and I will see you guys mañana. And until next time, y'all supposed to fill it in for me. Really? And until next time, happy signing. I'll see y'all later, guys. Hey, guys, have you had a chance to get a copy of my new book, The Ultimate Ron Guide? If you are ready to build a remote online notary business, then this book is what you need. In this book, I give you all the information that you need to know in order to build a successful remote online business, no matter what state you're in, as long as your state authorizes remote online notarizations. Head on over to Amazon today and get your copy. You'll be glad you did. So in my mind, I thought I had turned off the video. I was looking for the address. So I'm still here. But give me a second. I always forget. So it's like you think the video is gone. It's not gone. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I know where I'm going. Let me get myself together now. All right, now. I'm going to see y'all later. Now, y'all be great on purpose now. Yeah. Hey guys, it's Vanessa Terry here with Notary to Notary, and I want to show you guys how I was able to get started as a notary signing agent making $10,000 a month. When I first got started in 2015, I had no idea how lucrative this business was. So much so that I was able to quit my full-time job in 2016. Over the next few years, I've had so many successes and failures that I took all of them and bundled them up into a training program just for you. The training is available at notarytonotary.com, and there are 2 programs that you can register for: the Notary Signing Agent Training and the e-Notary Training. Make sure that your state licenses e-notaries before you register for that training. Once you register, you'll have instant access to the online training platform, as well as access to our live weekly interactive webinars with replay capabilities. Ready to get started? Register today at notarytonotary.com. Until then,